me. Huh?
Hello.
Good evening there. Welcome to our live Elite FPL podcast. Gameweek24 is live now. We're in the second half of the games. Plenty of goals going in. Action galore. It was an amazing start to the game week yesterday evening. Steve-O, proper trooper, did a podcast for over 2 hours covering all the action. I'm sure plenty of you watching tonight will have seen that. But if you're in the chat with us, say hello. Let us know how your teams are getting on. But yeah, tonight we're basically going to be talking about the action live, talking about how it's affected our teams, looking ahead to the double game week 25 that we've just not been able to stop thinking about. And just reacting to everything live. Want to hear your thoughts in the chat. Let us know how your teams are getting on. Obviously, the scores, updates for the scores, the assists. And yeah, just really looking forward to seeing what happens in the second half, reacting live. Great to be back. How are we tonight, chaps? Looking very pensive, both of you.
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm just looking at this information we've got in front of us. Right, so yeah, I'm doing great. Hello to everybody in chat. We've got J-Boy, FPL Booner, FPL China in chat. Are you from China? Or, is that just your name? We've got Aman Dillon in chat. We've got Brett Mollison joining us as well. So yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I've got this little live rank tool, and I'm just outside the top 500 at the moment. So I'm quite excited as the games progress. As to see where I am going to finish up, because obviously Liverpool conceding and Tottenham conceding and Chelsea, with Alonso not starting as well, Chelsea conceding. It's good for me as I don't own Liverpool defenders, Chelsea defenders. So yeah, Steve-O, how about you? How are you feeling?
Feeling exhausted. But I've just literally learned that Denis Suarez has joined Arsenal. Did you know this, Dan?
Yeah, he's joined on loan, obviously till the end of the season, due to a permanent move. I'm quite happy with it. Adds to the squad, but we needed a defender, really. Apparently, Gary Cahill was at the Emirates last night. It's just a bit of a vicious rumour, but yeah, Suarez. I mean. It's not the Suarez I would have wanted a few years ago, but let's see what we can do. A bit of creativity to the team.
Yeah, so everybody watched me last night, and anybody that did watch me last night is watching right now. Again, thank you for joining us. It was an incredible effort by all of us, sitting through 2 hours and 22 minutes. And it was a fantastic evening, but we'll just get cracking on with what's happened this evening. And I've only just learned that Leicester's just scored. So we'll start with Bournemouth. Josh King has just scored for Bournemouth, 1-0 to them. David Brooks with the assist. Southampton are trailing 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Zaha, of course, the only player that seems to score for Crystal Palace, with Andros Townsend getting his 1 assist for the season. And like I just mentioned, Liverpool drawing 1-1 with Leicester. A bit annoying considering I've only got 2 assets in that game, being Robertson and Salah captain. Like most people, it's the same dilemma with most, but Mane getting the goal. I know FPL Booner was actually considering buying him. He didn't actually buy him, and it was Keita there getting the assist, and Maguire scoring for Leicester with a Chilwell assist. And yeah, Watford beating Spurs at the moment, 1-0. I've just heard as well that Llorente has come off and Lucas Moura has come on for Tottenham at half-time. So Pochettino clearly has no faith in Llorente whatsoever. Cathcart getting his 2nd goal in 3 games. Well, technically it's his 3rd goal in 3 games, because he also scored an own goal as well. But yeah, some team news I just written down, which I was a bit surprised at. One being that Alonso didn't start this evening. A lot of Chelsea fans were basically really wanting Emerson to start. Well, he's got his opportunity, and already doesn't seem to be paying off whatsoever, considering they conceded. But all is not lost. They've still got 35-40 minutes to go. Higuain starting, of course, with his test this evening. Apparently he hasn't had much of a lively start whatsoever. And no Wilson. So for myself, looking at Darren Monday's team, no Wilson.
Oh my God, it's been a goal. It's been a goal. Oh my God, Bournemouth has scored. 2-0. 2-0, Bournemouth.
Come on.
Who scored? We need to find out who scored. Hang on a second.
Oh, well. Okay, so here we go. Who scored, Jason?
Brooks goal. 2-0.
Get it up for you.
Brooks.
Oh, well. So straight away there, we're... Who actually scored for Bournemouth, Jason? Do you know?
Brooks. I just said like 3 times.
My old asset scores.
Brooks for the 3rd time.
So
Steve-O,
well,
Steve, are you listening?
So, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, because you say, Steve, can you hear me?
Right, okay, so there we are. That's 2-0 to Bournemouth then, as we went talking of David Brooks. So that's a goal and assist for him. Ever since I sold him,
Yeah, tell me about it.
Attacking point scoring streak here. As ever, my jinxing of players has come to fruition again, but I can't complain because I've had an absolute storming game week so far. But yeah, going back to the team, in the Tottenham team, no Trippier at all, and the Son actually starting. But yeah, I want to talk about yesterday, and we'll start with you, Dan, as an Arsenal fan, winning 3-1 against Cardiff. How did you feel about the game?
It's very scrappy game in the first. I'm obviously a very somber mood with what's happened and whatnot, and Arsenal just looked quite low on confidence, really. And it wasn't really till the second half when Iwobi come on, driving a bit more at Cardiff, creating a few more opportunities. Kolasinac, not the best defensively, but he got in to win the penalty, and Aubameyang taking that. I know Aubameyang was a bit of a differential captain choice for some people. And a good goal from Lacazette. Lacazette getting booked for diving as well. Guendouzi played quite well, but not really from an FPL kind of point of view. But he had a good solid game in the midfield. So yeah, I mean, what I would say is that linking it into the double game week, the amount of chances that we conceded, particularly in the first half against Cardiff, I am as an Arsenal fan concerned about playing Man City, because Man City now are just going to be on the rampage after losing to Newcastle, want their revenge. And Aguero, I mean, I've got the feeling he's going to do some damage on Sunday, particularly with our defence. I mean, it's good that we're getting a new player in, and maybe Carrasco will join tomorrow. That will be a nice signing, but it's not a defender. We never seem to sign the defenders when we need them. We just think, we'll just buy some more attacking players. So, but hey, I mean, it's not easy. These games aren't easy. I mean, Newcastle winning. Obviously, Burnley did really well yesterday, and now Leicester are drawing at Liverpool. Bournemouth have beaten Chelsea. It's a bloody hard league. So, 3 points is 3 points.
And how are you about your team, Dan? Let's have a quick look at your team, shall we? I think I know you moved up to 6th, I believe, last night. Yeah, you moved up to 6th, so 44 points. I mean, admittedly, you're way off 4th spot, but yeah, how are you feeling about your team? You got obviously Salah as your captain. It looks like your Wan-Bissaka is playing for you tonight. Salah, and that's it. That's all you've got playing tonight. So Salah and Wan-Bissaka. How are you finding tonight, man? Oh, and Delafeu.
Delafeu, yeah, I'm not really expecting a lot from Delafeu, to be fair. I held a transfer for the double game week. I didn't make a transfer, but yeah, I mean, the Wolves treble up. Doherty, Patricio and Jimenez, that worked. When I heard that Wolves had won 3-0, I was just like, and seeing that Jimenez getting I was really happy with that one. That's paid off quite well. So yeah, and then obviously Pogba getting a goal from a penalty. That's more points in the midfield. It's just Digne and Rashford. Like I would expect Rashford maybe to get something against Burnley, but Digne getting sent off. Sterling hardly getting any points, against Newcastle. It just those didn't work out as I expected. But in fairness, not a bad game week. But the most positive thing for me is that Dexter Roos, who was just ahead of me in the mini league, but is now just behind me. It's literally, it's really tight. He has Alonso. Obviously, Alonso's being benched tonight, as we know. He has Wilson as well. And I believe on his bench he had Trent Alexander-Arnold and Maitland-Niles, who both didn't play. So that has played into my hands. So I was like, what? Don't give me a butt. Don't give me a butt. No, I'm happy. What's
well, it's not too bad. But he has Nathaniel Klein, who will come off the bench. And ironically, let's just say it ends 2-0. Ironically, Klein will be replacing Alonso. All players.
Yeah.
just to rub it in a
he
bit.
No, I mean, you say about rubbing it in. I had Westwood on my bench. I mean, I was not going to play him. Ironically, as you like to say, he'll get more points than Deulofeu will probably get tonight, I imagine. But, yeah, I mean, it's very tough. I mean, like you said, I'm sick, and I've just been looking at each opponent step by step, person ahead of me. I've not been focusing too much on the rest of the league, just looking at the other teams, seeing what differentials can get in. If I can take out Dexter Roos, take him out, the next guy I'm coming for just above me in the league as well. So, and then I'll be trying to come for you, mate. But it's a lot. You're a long say. It's quite ambitious to try and catch you up. Just taking them down one by one, mate.
So, Jason, before we come to your team and your thoughts on last night, what are the guys saying in chat?
All right, so I've been playing some backing music. I've been trying to change the styles of the backing music. And I started off with some proper hard house rave
Always
music.
DJ.
I had some hard house rave music, so we had people go can you turn the music down? So I've turned the music down. So hopefully you can almost not hear it now. I've also changed it to chill out music in the background, so it's kind of relaxing. You know, while we're talking about this. We've got Vince Chapman in chat saying, Jason with the standard 13 points off the bench. Yeah, very, very lucky. I got EA loves money in chat. This is a good idea, he says. Not many live FPL reaction streams, which is true. And FPL China says it's my nickname. So cool. You're not off to China to earn mega money then. And yeah. And FPL Boona says, chaps, just going to go and watch the Liverpool game on BT Sport, so I may be quiet till full time. Are you planning to stay on for a bit beyond full time? Probably on for a few minutes after full times, and just digest what's actually happened and what the results are going to be and the impact it's going to be on our mini league and on the Elite FPL mini league and just FPL as a whole, really, because there's been a few surprises this game week. Just to state the obvious, and it could well end up being a bit more of a shocker, especially with Man City dropping points. And who would have thought Liverpool 1-1, and apparently Leicester are on top this game. According to Amand Dillon, they're saying that Leicester are all over Liverpool. So could be another shock defeat for top of the league. I mean, everyone's saying you might as well give Liverpool the trophy. I mean, I've been reading this all day long. I'm thinking, nah. No. This is, don't be so silly. Pogba has been flagged, Brett. That's correct. I don't think it's too serious from what I've read. Just a strain, all being well and good, just a bit of a groin strain. Hopefully nothing. I have Digne, Trent, Alexander-Arnold, and Camera. Oh, the camera. Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think that Trent is most likely going to be fit for the next game. But I have got a few problems in my team. I've got Kiko Femenya, Digne, Alexander-Arnold, Martial, who's apparently signed a new contract now, was obviously not included in the matchday squad yesterday. But, have I got one too many Manchester United assets? Yeah, probably. I've been saying it for a few weeks now that I really am a bit top heavy in midfield, and having to bench between Richarlison and Martial for the last few weeks. Fortunately, it's paid off this week, but I don't want to make that a habit if I can help it. So when we discuss what we're going to do with our teams, I'll go into a bit more. But yeah, that's about it for the moment, Steve-O. Did you want to ask me about anything else? Before you go off on a tangent.
A little bet.
Oh, a little bet. Yeah. So yeah, me and Dan have got a little bet on. He thinks that Arsenal are going to finish above Man United this season. He's deluded, but I'll happily take that £10 off of him and use it to enter into our mini league next year.
I have some breaking news. Any Hollebass owners out there? He has now been awarded. Now been awarded the assist. So if anybody's got, I don't think any of the top players have got him, but I know Dale Bellamy used to bang on about him all the time and everything. But well, look at your team, Jason. You got 42. You ended 742nd in the world last night. You said you were just outside the top 100 as it stands now. Let me
just refresh the app I've got. Now, this is a good time to actually share this. I've been chatting to the developer of Premier Fantasy Tools, which is a great website where you can actually analyze mini leagues. You can analyze your own team. You can plan. You can look at fixture difficulties. Check out what your all-time rank is. Use transfer tools, captain tools, manager screeners, and they've got a new feature now. It's very much like live rank. Well, I've actually just refreshed it, and I'm actually.
Bournemouth has just scored, Jason.
No way, Bournemouth 3.
Bournemouth, I think. Yeah, they have. They
have scored. Yeah, you're right, and it's apparently it's Josh King with a Stanislas assist.
What is
unbelievable?
Chelsea are absolutely. Wow, that's incredible. That is incredible. Yeah, so yeah, my projected rank as it stands right now, my projected rank is 474.
Can you do or do you need specific information from me?
I can find out what yours is. You just go chat amongst yourselves, carry on talking about the shenanigans in fantasy football.
I mean, unbelievable. Bournemouth being 3-0 up against Chelsea. I mean, I predicted that as a 2-1 to Chelsea. I can't. Higuain's there, but I mean, Alonso's been dropped to the bench, and it's not looking too good, is it? Really? So it's working out pretty well for Arsenal, though. To be fair, catching that 4th place. So
yeah, I was just looking at a live table, Dan, for Arsenal, and you're actually joint 4th with Chelsea. So you've got the same points as Chelsea, but obviously they're ahead by goal difference of +2. So really, you're going to want Bournemouth to score another 3 to go ahead of Chelsea. And you believe that? Yeah. What is the chance of Bournemouth winning 6-0? James Ward-Prowse has just scored for Southampton. James Ward-Prowse has just scored.
Wan-Bissaka. No, my Wan-Bissaka. Right. So, okay, let me have a look to see.
I was listening to another podcast the other day, another well-known pod, and they were talking about Ward-Prowse with his value and the fact that he's on set pieces, and Southampton's fixtures are, it's an interesting one. It's always one of those ones that's in the back of your mind, but like Ryan Babel yesterday, foresight's a wonderful thing, isn't it, really, in hindsight? So,
Yeah. Steve-O, you're not going to believe this, dude. You're going to be very, very chuffed. You're going to end up, as it stands, if the scores stay as it is now, you're going to be just outside the top 10k. You're going to be 10,657.
Oh, that's a bit disappointing because looking at the screen right now, last night I was
disappointing.
I was 8,900, so just below 9,000. So when you look at something like that from last night, it's one of those where you're like, oh, maybe I can build on this. And then you're telling me that it looks like I'm just going to end up just outside the top 10 tag. Don't get me wrong, still an incredible rank hike, considering I was 23,000. But at the end of the day, when I went through it all last night, it was only the odd differential which was really kind of concerning me. But those differentials from other teams, for example, Connor Lee had Kyle Walker and Sane, did nothing. In fact, let's have a quick look.
So I can tell you now that Dan Bull is going to be breaking into the top 85. It'll be at 84,615 currently, as it stands right now.
That's nuts,
and get this, Jack Gleeson will be 205th. He's gone up 20. He's gone up 20 places, and at rank 225, that's pretty awesome. Pretty good jump for him.
Yes, I'm just looking at. I mean, a team that concerned me last night was Darren Monday. So his differentials for me were David Luiz, Wilson, as we now know, isn't playing, Fraser, Wan-Bissaka. These were all players that were going to come on the bench. Son, he had so far done absolutely nothing. So that's played into my hands there. Just him alone. And then Ben Towler, he had some differentials on me. I'm sure he had Hazard. I'm almost certain that Ben had Hazard in his team. And as I look, no, he didn't. Okay, he had Sane last night, so he didn't play. But he's got Ryan Bennett coming off the bench for Martial. Had Digne.
Who's this, sorry?
This is Ben Towler.
Let's have a look at his team. Yeah, let's have that.
Foresight to captain Aubameyang. He also has Firmino and Alisson playing. Obviously, Alisson's lost the clean sheet.
But that's,
Firmino.
It's still not too late for Salah to do something. There's still a good amount of time in the game.
Well, I'm needing Salah to get a. Now I need him to score just to catch up on Ben himself. But let's have a look at your team, Jason. And I want to ask you about not about your team really. It's more about a decision that you decided not to go for. And I used a strong terminology last night saying that I think you may have bottled it. But you had Aubameyang as captain, but you went with the safety option, which I did say last night makes complete sense.
No, I didn't. I didn't actually go with the safety option. That's not true. I'll be honest. What happened? I switched the captain over. I was on Twitter. I had about 10 different tabs open. This is a God's honest truth. I switched the captaincy over. I even went on Final Fantasy Scout and told everyone I'd captained Aubameyang. Took a photo of it and everything, and I was on Twitter looking at news that Digne was going to be benched. So I went onto the transfers, and I was trying to find a transfer to change at the last second, trying to switch out Digne for someone else. And I was looking at options like Danilo, Kolasinac. God, Kolasinac would have been good. And I completely lost track of the time. So I had all these tabs open in my in Google Chrome. I must have had about 20 tabs open. And then all of a sudden, I refreshed and it said game updating. And I was like, no. And I was like, did I confirm my captain? Because my heart said go with Aubameyang. My brain said go with Salah. And I literally was like, I can't believe this. This is the first time. I've heard people do this all the time, but it's the first time it's happened to me. And the game was updating, and I thought, did I confirm it? Did I confirm it? I waited, and I saw the game had come up, and I was like, I didn't. It's still Salah, it's still Cat. So that is the story, you know, and that's a God's honest truth. I switched it over, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna really take a risk, you know, and I'm looking forward to Steve-O seeing my team when he goes live, and I was really like, shit. So anyway, so yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. But yeah, who knows? Salah might score 2 goals in a minute, and I'll be like, well, I meant to do it all along.
So what are the as we're at a quiet period right now? What are the guys in chat saying? Anything of interest? Any questions for us? Anything people want to ask us before we move on to the double Gameweek 25 topic?
Well, first of all, I need to take off these Gameweek statistics. I just realised that they were last Gameweek statistics. So bye. What are the guys in chat saying? Okay, Giroud replaces Higuain at 64 minutes. Amand Dillon says a few minutes ago.
Oh wow!
Yeah, FPL Boone is loving the fact that Chelsea are losing 3-0. King is essential. Brett Mollison says, "Bye Hazard, see ya Louise."
Who was that? Sorry,
Brett Mollison.
Saying what? Sorry.
He's saying goodbye Hazard, goodbye Louise.
Oh yes.
He also says he needs a third wild card. Bring on Gameweek 25 already. He's Jack Gleason's in chat. Hello, Jack. How you doing, buddy? And thank God I didn't bench boost. FPL Bruno said. So yeah, it's a bit of a lull as we approach the last 5 or so minutes of the Bournemouth-Southampton game. And then we've got the Liverpool, Leicester, Tottenham, Watford games, which we've got 20 minutes, give or take. Would you have 4 double Gameweek 24 players? Would I personally have 4 game? Nah. I mean,
well,
one of them is suspended for one of the games. So can you class him as a? No, you can't. You can't really class him as a double game weeker. So I've got to decide what to do with him because he'll be back for the City game, and I'm not looking forward to Digne playing against City. So yeah, I've got a few.
He's not banned for 3 games. Then he didn't get a straight red.
No, he did get a straight red, but he got a straight red for last man. He was the last man, so he wiped someone out.
The rules actually.
It's a professional foul. It's a professional foul. He got a red card for a professional foul, not for serious violent conduct.
Oh right, okay.
So the rules are So he'll be back for the City game, although don't expect much from him in that. But I've got some fires. I've got some fires to put out now. St Etienne's just scored against Nantes. Both teams down to 10 men. Just to let you know if you're interested in knowing that.
Bit of random score. St Etienne.
Talking of the double game week 25 down, the City result last night. Have you been looking into the double game week 25? Any thoughts, any opinions on what you're thinking of doing? I mean, if we bring your team up now, we'll find out exactly how many players you've got exactly, unless you know off the top of your head who you've got. But then again, your team is virtually the same as mine. And yeah, so you've got Digne for one of them now, we've just found out, Sterling. So you've only got 2. What are you thinking regarding City? Let's be honest here, that's what most people are going to be piling up on.
Yeah, like I said before at the start of the podcast, I think City are going to be a bit like a wounded animal on Sunday afternoon against Arsenal, and I think Aguero is much in my thoughts. Possibly Edison. I just don't know if I can fund the move. If I was to do, I've got a free transfer. I've got 2 transfers. I've got a free transfer. I would need. So
you wouldn't be able to afford Edison on a straight swap. You've got 0.4.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was saying. So what I was saying was that I would have to take a -4.
Just to interject, Wilfried Zaha has just been sent off.
What? Well, there goes his baps. Like, there goes his baps.
Yeah. He's just been sent off, so I don't know what for. Just heard it come through. But yeah, Wilfried Zaha has just been sent off in the final few moments of the Southampton Crystal Palace game. But sorry, Dan, you were saying about Man City assets.
Yeah, so I'd have to take a -4, do 3 transfers to get Edison in, allowing for price rises and all that sort of stuff. But I would have to have like I was thinking a cheap Everton midfielder in there to sort of make it happen, so I could get Edison in for 2 games, because I'm just looking at avoiding the risk of rotation. That Edison seems quite a bit of a safe bet. Well, it is a safe bet really, Edison. Aguero-ish, although I've got this horrible feeling that he'll play Jesus against Everton. I don't know why, just because of some of his recent form and stuff. I think he might rotate a little bit, so that's a bit of a worry as well. But it's just annoying with Digne getting this bloody red card yesterday. That's kind of mucked things up a little bit. I don't know what we're going to do about that. But yeah, definitely going to get. I mean, obviously, I've still got Sterling. So if we get Sterling, Aguero, possibly Edison. So I've got 3 City players. As for Everton, I don't know. I mean, it's not. Let's be honest. I think most people are just thinking City players. Some people thinking De Bruyne, possibly as a bit of a differential. It's like Jack said on the podcast last week. It is time to start taking some risks, because if I don't start taking risks, then I'm just going to be sitting in 6th or 7th or whatever, and I'm not going to make any ground really.
And have you considered using the triple captain on one of the City assets that you're bringing in, so Sterling or Aguero?
Not really. I don't know. I just feel like there might. I mean, this double game, or the FA Cup and the fixture congestion, it does become a bit of a logistical headache, somewhat. But I mean, if you look at the triple captain chip, I mean, I've not had a great success using it. And what's happened, Jay?
I'm reading the comments on Final Football Scout. I got them going on in the background, and I just got somebody's put, "Oh my god, I just transferred Zaha in after his goal."
Wow.
And now he's banned.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And now he's banned because he's got a red card. I just think, how unlucky can you get? Because apparently Daily Llama said Zaha got 2 yellow cards in one after the other because he did a sarcastic applause to the referee and got a second yellow card. I mean, it's like something you'd see. Oh, you can't make it up.
Awful. Well, I mean, the trouble, like I was saying, I've not had a great success with that chip before, and if you're thinking about it last season, I mentioned this game quite a lot, but Liverpool-Watford, when Salah got 4 goals, that would have been the optimum time to use the triple chip, really, one of the optimum times, and that's just one game week, one fixture. I did have in my mind using that for a very, Man City at home to Cardiff or something like that for like Aguero or Sterling, and just going a bit maverick with it. So I haven't really thought of using triple captainship yet, no. So we will see. But it's going to be, like Jason said in the previous podcast, it's when we get to this stage of the season when navigating double game weeks is where, some managers will fall off and some managers will rise. So, yeah.
And Jason, what are your thoughts ahead of the double game week 25? So if we look at your team, it's going to be one of those where you're in a position where you're going to have to, knowing the rank that you're in, for fact that people are going to be bringing in 3 City players, depending on what people's teams are at the moment. But most people have only got 1 City asset as it stands. Someone like myself is going to be bringing in a further 2.
I'm probably going to go Danilo in for Digne and Aguero in for Aubameyang.
So you're not looking at what I was mentioning on the podcast last night about bringing in Sane?
I can't fit him in. I can't. I've got unless I take a -4. Unless I take a -4. But then taking a -4 to bring a player that's coming in for 2 games, like Sane, is probably not a bad idea. The more I think about it, actually. So I mean, I could get Sane, Sterling, and Digne out for Danilo and keep Aubameyang. But I don't know. I'm with you on. I don't know if you said something about Aguero last night or something, but I feel like Aguero is on form at the moment, and Man City need to claw back. They've
got to on Sunday.
Claw back those points against Liverpool. They've got to. So he can't afford to be too complacent with his team selection. So yeah, for me, it's a toss-up between Aguero and what you've said, Sane, Aguero, and Sterling. And obviously, being a Sterling owner, I need to choose between the 2, Aguero or Sterling. Now, do I trust Man City to keep clean sheets? Don't know. Don't know at the moment. Daily Llama in chat says, you not think the way this week's panned out, a few folks would take hits due to red cards, injuries, etc. Yeah, definitely. A second place in our mini league has taken a -8 this week. God knows what he's done. So yeah, I would imagine a lot of people are going to take hits, bring in Man City players in, because of late, a lot of people have only got 1 City midfielder, or if that. I mean, there's been a lot of people that don't own Man City, especially for those people that held on to Hazard.
Tottenham have just scored.
Tottenham
have just scored, and Son.
No! No! That's the one player didn't want him. The one player didn't want to score.
He's gone and done it. But so Darren Monday has him in his team.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Don't want to talk about it anymore. Bonus 3 as well, probably.
I don't. To be fair though, not many people would actually own Son, like active players.
No, not active. No, but rivals, mini league rivals. Yes.
Mm.
So looking at Ben Towler's team, you said about a -8. So looking at his team logically, he would have got rid of Digne. That's pretty obvious. He probably's got rid of Aubameyang, and I would think possibly either Martial or one of his defenders to bring in to make it 3-6 because he's already got Sane. So I would speculate at the fact that he's got rid of Aubameyang, got rid of Martial. Oh, maybe not. God, that is a. I mean, we could be all night discussing what he's done, but
that Son goal has just dropped me down to 623rd.
Wow! Oh my God!
Oh, it's been a goal at Bournemouth.
Crazy.
Been a goal at Bournemouth. 4-0. 4-0.
Hey, Dan.
Stop it.
Dan, it could happen. 2 more in your 4th.
What?
Could you imagine that?
What the hell is going on at Chelsea? What on earth is going on? Apparently, Sarri turned around and said.
So who got the goal there, Jason?
Apparently, Sarri turned around to Hazard and said,
I'll
"You
probably
can
have to tell you before you.
You can leave if you want to." Can you? You know. I think he might want to.
No, it hasn't even uploaded yet.
Charlie Daniels. Charlie Daniels.
Incredible.
Charlie Daniels.
What Bournemouth to beat Chelsea.
Charlie Daniels, guys.
Unbelievable.
Charlie Daniels. Can you hear me? Can you even hear me?
So, I mean, admittedly, a lot of people definitely. I said it to Jack Gleason last night, but it's obviously
not.
Hazard. Hazard's going to be gone tomorrow evening.
Game over.
And
Game over. Bournemouth 4-0. Charlie Daniels.
What a weekend to be putting on a random accumulator where you back against the outsider. Blimey, Dan. What about the money you could have won betting against the outsider on that? That would be absolutely. So Josh King got his second, and Ibe, however you pronounce his name, getting the assist there for Bournemouth. It looks like it's probably going to end up Liverpool drawing 1-1.
There's still 10 minutes left.
Still 10 minutes left, but the way the game's going at the moment, Leicester are sounding quite dominant.
Right, so the way the game's going over at the moment, we got Leicester's got 70% ball possession to Liverpool in the second half. 63%, sorry, in the second half to Liverpool. That's a lot lower than I thought, to be fair. There's been 3 goal attempts. Yeah, 3 goal attempts for Liverpool in the second half to Leicester's 2. Okay.
So Jason, when it comes to the double game then, depending on who you bring in, who is your most likely captain? If you had unlimited funds, who would you like to captain this game? Me, it would be Sane, and I think I'm probably going to get Sane after listening to myself on the. So I replayed the podcast this morning, and I was just like, do you know what? I think Sane is essential for this game week, double game week. And I think my plan will be to get rid of Pogba and Robertson and bring in Sane and Danilo. That's probably what I'm going to do.
You're going to get rid of Pogba?
I just see that, he's got an injury at the moment. We don't know what's what. They're against Leicester next. It's not the easiest of games. They've just come off a 2-2 draw with us. Albeit, I heard that Solskjaer... Well, there's no hearing about it. I saw Solskjaer had changed the team quite dramatically, and it seemed like they played a bit like they did under Mourinho. That's what I read.
Right.
And it's one of those where over 2 fixtures, can I see Sane getting more than Pogba? The simple answer is yes. So United have got Fulham after that. City have got Chelsea. Well, I can hold off for that for now. I'd be confident in still keeping Sane for for City against Chelsea, rather than Pogba for United. So, yeah, looking the easiest switch would be, which is quite a popular move that I've been reading up about, which is quite simply this: Aubameyang to Aguero, which is, I think that's what the majority of people are going to do, and then bring in a Man City defender, and then it's all based on which midfielder you own. But me personally, I'd be more confident bringing in Sane and captaining him, because he's probably the most owned of all the City assets. Let's be honest here, and he's going to be the most captained, I believe. Because if I don't have Sane, I'll be captain Aguero, and I won't feel confident with Aguero as captain.
You don't feel confident.
What are your thoughts on that?
Oh wow, okay. I'm gonna watch the whole Mendy issue very closely, because I do think that Pep said that he's going to manage Mendy's minutes, so that kind of makes you think that he may just be subbed on in the second half or something of games or later stages.
Do you really think? I mean, I referenced the Jack Gleeson interview yesterday, and he made a very, very good point that if Mendy was, fit enough to be in the squad, I think it was, in the FA Cup, surely he could have started against Burnley just to get match fit. He wasn't in the squad against Burton when they won 1-0 or something. I'm sure Dan will be able to correct me all on this. And then they've got
two. On the bench. He was on the bench.
Oh, it's a goal! It's a goal for Tottenham. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
What?
Please not! Please no! Please no!
Oh,
Please no!
Again, surely.
Please, it can't be Son.
I'll find that in 2 seconds.
Well.
So it's 2-1 to Tottenham, as Jason said. Llorente.
Oh, who's he scored in the right net. Who's the assist?
Llorente.
Who's the assist?
I thought. Huh?
Who's the assist? We'll find out what the assist is in a second. Wow! Please don't be Son. Please don't be Son. Please don't be Son.
Go on, Jason.
That's not bad, because that means that Son's BAPs are going to be hopefully reduced.
Strange.
They will be.
Damn you.
Tottenham.
Oh, Kieran Trippier has come on.
Kieran
Trippier has actually come on, so wow, Kieran Trippier come on, so I can't remember who it was in the Elite FPL podcast. I think it was John Mason, I think his name is, who's 5th in the Elite FPL league. He had Trippier playing, but
Danny Rose with the assist.
Danny Rose, that's all right.
Okay.
So yeah, I think let's have a look, shall we? So So Dan, do you want to just while we're just checking over these things here, what are your thoughts, captain-wise, for the double game week, depending on who you brought in?
Yeah, I mean, I was quite set on Aguero, but now you've put the seed of doubt into my mind a little bit, actually. So yeah, either Aguero. I mean, the thing is, I've just been thinking how patient I've been with Sterling, and he's been ticking away in previous game weeks, but Sane has been such better value, and I'm almost tempted to do this crazy thing of take Sterling out for Sane. In my head, I was just thinking, why don't I just get rid of Sterling and get Sane in? Because it's worrying me what you're saying about Sane. So I'm almost getting rid of a City asset to get another City asset in. So
Don't do it, Dan. Don't do it, man. That'll make you. Oh, well, okay. Yeah.
Jason. No, Jason. Do it, Dan. Do as many transfers as you like, my friend.
Just keep pressing the transfer. There was somebody, I don't know why there was somebody in our mini league, Shane Crofer, who thought he was going to play his wild card, and he just did all the transfers and forgot to play the wild card.
Well, he forgot to press the wild card button.
Minus 26. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but it was hilarious. Sorry, Shane, if you are watching. So don't do that.
Yeah,
bad.
Just to interject, Llorente has scored a goal and got an assist this evening. So people
I reckon Trente heard Jason slagging him off in our group chat. I reckon he's used it as a motivational tool to, like, you know, be like, nah, Jay's wrong. So,
yeah. He's only 5.5.
I know.
Wow. All I can say is
I was very close to get him in.
I can say there's a lot of things that I thought were good. A lot of things I decided to do have not worked out. So maybe listening to me is not a good idea right now.
I got Jimenez in instead, so that kind of worked out pretty well.
6 for players. Yeah, 5 points. I think, you know what, for a punt, not too bad, considering that he'll probably be taking over Kane's place until he returns. 5.6, I think, you know.
Actually,
could be a make weight, but yeah. So
okay,
it's one of those where it's for you, Dan, where you're gonna have to do a lot of research, so to speak, in what you feel is the best option for you to be bringing in your team and to who to captain. I mean, like I said, looking through it last night like I did, Sane is head and shoulders above the rest. Aguero for consistency. All this rotation talk, it ain't going to happen. Aguero is going to play a...
But having said that, the week after these games, they've got the Champions League match, haven't they? I can't remember. They got Schalke in the Champions League the following week, so maybe that might play into it in Pep's mind. So just to throw that out there.
So you're saying that it will be... If people in the chat are ready for this information, please let Jason know while he's there. But so, yeah, they'll have... what am I looking at? Arsenal on Sunday, followed by Wednesday against Everton, and then Sunday. So I'm assuming you mean that... No, the dates don't tie up. So actually, it must be the following week. Man City Schalke. So about the 11th or 12th of February, probably.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm assuming. So unless anybody in the chat...
I was just going to say, I know I mentioned about Ward-Prowse earlier. I mean, I haven't got any technology in front of me, but I do have a fixtures list that I study religiously, although I've lost the Man City page, which is a bit annoying. And I'm just looking at Southampton's fixtures. I mean, obviously they play Palace tonight. They've got Burnley away. All right, Cardiff at home, Arsenal away, Fulham at home. So I'm just thinking about my De La Feu in midfield, and like he's not really. He got an assist when I first brought him in, but since then he's been missing these one-on-ones. And was he 5.5? I think he bought. Just thinking ahead, as a cheap midfielder option in there, Ward-Prowse could be quite an interest. He's on set pieces, you know, on free kicks, on corners, which are set pieces, but that could be an interesting one. Maybe jump on the bandwagon there, possibly.
To back your argument up, he's 5 million. He's scored 3 goals this season. Those 3 goals have come in the last 3 games. So, Dan, you could be onto something there, actually, regarding Ward-Prowse. I mean, obviously, a lot of people will be looking at Redmond as a possible Southampton...
I don't know about Redmond.
Bring in at the moment. Over the last 3, nothing. Obviously, there was a lot of talk regarding how well he did in the FA Cup, but actually, Dan, I think you're onto something. Yeah, certainly, Ward-Prowse, definitely, like you said, regarding the fixtures, you clearly are confident in their in their ability to get something. I mean, the Arsenal away isn't looking good, but then they got in the next 6. They play Spurs, United, and Arsenal. But but you'd probably play Ward-Prowse against Burnley, Cardiff, and Fulham instead of when you look at Watford's fixture. It's quite simply a case of, so if you are willing to swap De La Feu for Ward-Prowse, well, Watford are as follows. So. Yeah, very similar in a way, although the next 6, their major tests are Man City and Liverpool. And then they've got Brighton, we start with Brighton, Everton, and then Cardiff. So really, they're very, very similar. But actually, form-wise, no, but I think it's not really worth doing it now because obviously you've got the double game.
Yes, more pressing issues, but
yeah,
it's like Jack. I mean, obviously like we said with Jack last week, it's just getting those little different. Everyone's teams are starting to look very similar, template teams, but just having those little differentials in there that could make up the points difference. To be fair, so I need to cough again.
What are the people in chat saying? Jason?
So Alex Summerson's had a really good week. He's got 60 all-outs, 40k, green arrow from 115k to 75k into the top 100. Well done, Alex Summerson. That's a good week, a great game week, and it's not even a double game week. So well done to you. That Llorente goal was a bit of a useless goal. A lot of people saying in chat, Brett Mollison. Glad getting there. I did Barnes to Llorente. Alex did. So yeah, a great transfer there, and people obviously making memes out of Hazard. And Brett Mollison saying that he's going to retire from FPL. Let's have a look at Brett's team. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at where's Brett. Does anyone know where Brett is? Whereabouts
Brett's really far down, unfortunately. He's like in I don't know, 70th, 80th in the Elite FPL League. It's not particularly pretty for where he is specifically at the moment within the league. But it's his first season.
Oh, okay.
There's all the learning curve.
There's four minutes of injury time into the last few seconds of the Liverpool game. It looks like it's going to end 1-1 with Salah doing nothing. Great, amazing week for everybody. Why didn't I captain Aubameyang?
I mean, Leicester's just a strange team that they've got these results against Man City, Chelsea, Everton away. And I didn't like. Well, I mean, Prosciutto got a clean sheet anyway, but I would never have dreamed to play Schmeichel. We'll probably
and
get
the game's finished. All games finished. Just let you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the league is not Liverpool's just yet. That is a little bit premature, the way people have been coming out on social media today and saying that Liverpool have practically won the league. But yeah, I mean, it would have been a brave manager to go against the tide and not pick Salah as captain. So it's just been my initial thoughts on this game week. It's just some of the results that have come up. I mean, Newcastle winning, Bournemouth beating Chelsea 4-0, United scraping a draw at home to Burnley. I mean, Jay looks a bit crestfallen about Son getting the goal. I think you're quite miffed about that. I don't know what to say to.
Well, I was looking forward to possibly breaking into the top 500, but yeah, there's a few things that have gone against me tonight. Obviously, Son being one of them, and anyone that owned Brooks. I mean, if there'll be people still owning Brooks. I mean, well, I take my hat off to you if you own Brooks and if you played him in that game against Chelsea, because I don't think many people would have predicted that complete battering of Sarri's team. And Sarri, as I said earlier, he said to Hazard, "You're free to go." So
wow, Sarri's coming out with some strange comments. Like the other week, they lost to Tottenham, I think it was. He said, "Oh, it's hard to motivate them."
Yeah,
well, they can't motivate themselves. Yeah.
Is he starting to lose the dressing room? Is it Mourinho part 2 again, where the dressing room starts to walk out on the Chelsea manager?
I'll tell you what odds would you get on Mourinho to be back at the start of the next?
Go back to Chelsea.
Mourinho part 3.
Yeah.
Crazy things have happened in football. You never know. But yeah, he is saying some quite. I mean, they're keeping on to Hudson-Odoi. I know one of the players in our mini league. Maybe Steve will be able to remind me.
Ben's house.
And my reaction was like, what? But still there as things stand. I mean, the transfer window shuts tomorrow. If you are watching at the moment, we're going to be doing a transfer window special where I'll be sat on tenterhooks hoping that Arsenal sign a defender. But yeah, we'll just be talking tomorrow all about the transfers, how they affect FPL. But doesn't look like Higuain's had the immediate impact that Chelsea hoped, really. What are the guys in chat saying?
The guys in chat, wait 1 second, I'm alt-tabbed. Well, I have Aubameyang as captain, even a blind hen. Even a blind hen? Even a blind... What, Michael? Michael, speak in plain English, not in riddles. I don't understand that. the good thing is not long to the next game week. Absolutely, only a few days away. And what a game week. Hopefully next week's going to be a good game week with Man City playing 2 games. I don't think many people are going to be loading up on Everton other than Richarlison. If people still have Richarlison, well done to you too. Especially those who benched him. You would be happy to know that Nantes has managed to equalise against St Etienne. Obviously both teams down to 10 men. But
going off in
I'm not.
League One.
This game week's been a bit of a disappointment for me. I try to set the bar at 60 points. If I don't get 60 points, then I feel like I've underperformed, especially with my averages. I think my average is around 60 points. So I think I'm going to end the game week on 53 points. So I'm a few short of the 60. I don't think I'm going to be getting any bonuses. So. Yeah, how do you think your game week's gone, Steve-O? Steve-O. Steve-O.
It's a Sky picture. Yeah, it's a Sky picture. Yeah, I mean, I'll just start being selfish and I'll just talk about my game week.
Yeah, Dan.
What I'm really happy about. I'm just happy that Dexter Roos, it's unlucky for him, but that Alonso didn't start, Callum Wilson didn't play. That's what I was...
differential they had was, so Alisson, Wan-Bissaka...
I have Wan-Bissaka.
So, but in other words, Dexter ain't going to be taking over you. He's just got Klein coming off the bench with 6 points. So, unless, of course... is there a 6-point game? 8, 9, 10, 11, no, you're going to still be 6 now. You know,
yeah.
Unless Terry here has got a no. So you're going to end up 6th in our mini league. I'm going to be more fascinated to see where the top 4, well, certainly between Ben Towler's 2nd down to me in 4. There's only 13 points. Covering that. Now I know for a fact that I haven't. I'm still going to end up being 4, but it's going to be really, really tight between 2nd and 4th. Now I've just been playing around with some transfers, looking at what I could do, and to be honest with you, I think that I am probably. It's now for me a case of, do I play the price game? Do I get rid of the Aubameyang, bring in Aguero, just for the simple fact that everybody is going to do that move, and I know that I'm going to make money on Aguero, and because obviously Aubameyang's going to probably drop. The problem with that, though, is that means I can't get Sane, which I think is the key player to be bringing in, personally. So, I'm probably going to end up doing Pogba to Sane and Robertson to Danilo. That is probably what I'm going to do, just to bring in Sane. This is going to be a really, really tough decision for me. It's quite simply this. It's either Aubameyang and Kolasinac out, or Aguero and Danilo, or Pogba and Robertson out for Sane and the same defender Danilo. If I was to do the Aubameyang Kolasinac, I'd captain Aguero. I'd definitely captain Aguero. I'd look at the history, obviously, against Aguero versus Arsenal and Everton, and the same for Sterling versus these two respective teams. But yeah, that's my instant thought process as we're about to end this live stream moment. It's been a very, very, very good game week for myself. Jason just said how poor his game week's been. What are the final thoughts in chat, Jason, before we sign off?
Yeah, we had a bit of a hiccup with the stream. I think it's restarted, but we've got Brett in chat, and Boone is saying he's had a shocking game week. I think a lot of people are going to have a shocking game week this week. Hazard to Sané, says Brett Mollison. So yeah, I think that's pretty much wraps it up for this week's game week reaction podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I think at the moment, Steve-O, if I'm predicting it correctly, just looking at it now, Are you going to get any more bonus points? Let's have a quick scan over. Probably not. No. You're going to be roughly 56 points behind me at top.
That's
and you're going to be roughly I can tell you now, you're going to be around about 16 to 20 points behind Darren Monday, and
oh really?
Yeah,
really?
And 20 points behind Ben Towler. So that's nothing. We're going into double game weeks. I mean, that's easily achievable. If you get obviously, not to mention that Ben Towler's taken a -8.
Yeah, and if you're getting the players in that I'm getting.
So that's the thing. That's the thing. He's taking a -8.
And Darren Monday as well. He's in a bit of a dilemma because he's going to have to take a hit to bring in City assets.
Has he got any? No free transfers?
He's only got some.
Okay, he's got one free transfer.
He's got no free. He's going to have one free transfer, but to bring in, in fact, he is at a massive disadvantage looking at Darren. He's only got 0.1 in the bank. He's only got Sane in his team. I wouldn't be getting rid of. Well, ironically, I know that I need to get rid of Pogba to get in Sane. But the point with standing is that he's got a very solid midfield, and to get Aguero, he's going to have to either get rid of Salah or, in fact, Darren, I think, is pretty screwed when it comes to this game week. So already advantage to me.
Unless he does Pogba to David Silva maybe or something like that, make it massive differential, because that could work out.
Yeah, but I just don't. I mean, David Silva is obviously an extraordinary player, but I just think it's not really worth bringing in. Well, he is worth bringing in, of course, on the double game week if you're really, really desperate. But I think I have this gut feeling that Darren's just going to stick to the same team that he's got now, and he's just going to captain Sane. I think that's what he's probably going to do, and he may bring in a Man City defender. But I'll tell you what, that Digne red card has changed everything, along with that draw. So Dan, I think wrap it up, mate. Advertise away what we're doing, what we're going to do.
Yes. So tomorrow the transfer window slams shut at 11 o'clock. But yeah, we'll be doing a podcast tomorrow. What time are we doing it tomorrow evening, chaps? Have we got a time set in place?
We don't know at the moment because I'm going to be down back home, and it's just a case of what we will be doing regarding will I be in the same building as you, Dan? If not, then we can go a bit later than normal. We'll have a lot more information regarding what's actually happened.
Yeah, that's fine. So as I said, connect with us on Instagram and Twitter, Elite FPL. Obviously, we'll advertise it. You'll see it. Make sure you subscribe to us. Obviously, you can see what time we're going to schedule. But yeah, tomorrow we're going to be talking all things transfer window. We're going to be talking about the big transfers that have been made this month, possible differentials, hoping for some. Looks like Newcastle are going to break their club record signing fee. New striker coming in. So there's been plenty to talk about. And obviously looking ahead once again, digesting ahead for the double game week, even more thought on that. But mainly talking about the transfer window and the impact on that on our FPL team. So a bit of a special. Look forward to joining you for that. But if you've joined us in the chat, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate you coming, stopping by, and joining us on the emotional roller coaster. There it is again, the emotional roller coaster that's been this particular game week. It's been quite a crazy one, to be fair. And obviously, if you're watching us on the replay, please comment. We really appreciate any feedback that you can give us. We welcome all feedback on a podcast as we grow. And with that in mind, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, chaps, basically, look forward to seeing you tomorrow evening, basically. So thanks a lot, guys.
See you guys.